Hello and welcome everyone to a brand new Total War Warhammer 3 Immortal Empires campaign. This time we'll be diving into the tyrannical murder hives of the Skaven, and commanding a custom faction from the Skaven Clans mod. This fantastic mod will be giving you 14 custom designed Skaven major and minor clans on Immortal Empires, with their own units, legendary lords and heroes, research, and tons more to really flush out all the various Skaven clans. This mod will require Mixu's Unlocker and the SCM Skaven Asset Pack if you want to play it yourself. I'll have the mod list in the description so you can easily play along and give the mod creators all the love they deserve for all their hard work. That being said, today we'll be starting a chemical warfare campaign as Trickstab Grid Node of Clan Vrrtkin. If you like poison wind globes and coating the battlefield in chlorine gas on crack, this is going to be your clan. Let's get right into the details. And starting with our customary jump cut as I headbutted the microphone into the Shadow Realm, we have actually been sent to the Plain of Dogs by Clan Skryre. So we are actually, in lore, I guess, one of the minor clans actually associated with them. So to devastate an upstart Skaven clan, Trickstab, Grid Node, and Grid Node, I'm going to say this name wrong every time, and Clan Vrrtkin have been given free reign to deploy their toxic weaponry on all the other inhabitants of the area, once the Skaven are dead. So we're going to be an anti-Skaven faction, but it's a little bit interesting. They've got this awesome banner here. Our starting army is going to be the Vrrtkin Great Mortars, which are an incredible unit. Our Poison Wind mortars are going to be different from all of the other Skaven clans, where we have this kind of Poison Wind here, which is going to be a little bit of a less damage over time, but also apply a pretty hefty debuff to just about all of the combat stats of whatever gets hit. They also have much less overall damage than your normal Poison Wind globes, so we'll have to be keeping that in mind as well. We've also got the Shock Rats, which have Death Globes as a one-time chuck right before they reach the fray, and they have the Toxic Residue melee attack, which is going to be dropping a bunch of melee stats similar to our Poison Wind. Shock Rats, very good. These are the your Plague Rats, but modified. We also have the Vrrtkin Poison Wind Globadiers, which are again your Poison Wind globes, but a little bit different. We've got less range than normal Globadiers and a lot less damage, but we have the Poison Wind effect, which is going to be dealing a damage over time and applying that hefty debuff. Lots of fun. For our faction effects themselves, we have extra diplomatic relations with the faction of Clan Skryre. We will have more ammunition and research by 5% for every single war we have against another Skaven clan. We will have an extra chance of intercepting enemy armies using a tunneling, beast pass, or world route stance by 25%, which is fantastic. Construction cost reduction by 50% for our weapons dump, weapon barrow, and arsenal buildings. For Trickstab himself, we've got 13 extra armor for Globadier, Bombardier, Poison Wind Mortar, and Globe Claw catapults. We actually have a different version of the Plague Claw catapults that instead throws a cluster of Poison Wind globes, which, yes please. We have +2 rank for our Globadier, Bombardier, Poison Wind Mortar, and Globe Claw catapult units, less upkeep for those same units, and then less enemy leadership by 6 for enemy armies in the local province, which will be fantastic for scaring them off with all of the different leadership debuffs we have with our Poison Wind bombs, as well as our melee contact effects. We will be starting over here in the Plain of Dogs. It says we have all of this territory captured, we actually only have the first one, and we'll be facing off against all the other Skaven clans that are in the area here, which is going to be quite fun. For his lore, we got a little bit of a small one. A Skaven of enormous talent and bizarre leaps of intuition is Trickstab more than any other who is responsible for the inhumane weapons used by Clan Vrrtkin. We are going to be chucking at Poison Wind globes like crazy. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait. Let's get to it. And as is customary here, when I am too excited to get into a campaign, I have forgotten to show you all the settings. So we're going to splice that in now. We're playing on very hard difficulty there, and we can get some slow-mo shots of the Globadiers blasting their enemies to bits. We are playing with the in-game scenarios on, and actually I'm playing with the Ultimate Crisis mode on as well. We're turning off Diplomacy for scenario factions, that way they just blast their way across the map. And I've turned off a couple of them, being the Wild Hunt for just not wanting to deal with the Keebler Elves en masse, and then the Vermintide, that way these Skaven clans... Actually, I take it back. We need Vermintide because we are the anti-Skaven Skaven clan. So yep, Vermintide on, and we're going to keep this off as well, so that way when Clan Skryre decides that we are too much, we have been outlived our usefulness. They'll go ahead and attack us as well. We're going to be playing with the AI stats modifier set to absolute neutral. That way no units are going to be losing their identity. We won't have any enemy. So say we're going to throw our Storm Vermin up against a group of Empire Swordsmen. That should go our way just about every time, instead of those Swordsmen throat chopping our Storm Vermin. With that, let's get to it. Alright, let's get to it. Our first mission, engage the enemy as per usual, and this is actually just a generic Skaven clan. I have stayed completely unspoiled for our campaign here, so I could be as excited and as surprised by what we have as you are. So for our units, we've got the Vrrtkin clan rats with globes. Every unit we have has, oh, they only have one, but hey, that is more than zero, so they're going to be chucking globes on the way in. They've got little gas masks too, awesome. And I'm sorry, what is this? The remote boom. Skaven's waves are equipped with a malfunction globe that can be detonated remotely. Oh, that's awesome. So it's kind of like a warp bomb you always have access to. Sounds great. Get your shock rats here, and actually we have a kind of scrap upgrade system. Looks like we can use food, a good bit of it too. And good old 13 thematic. Got your warp chemical stimulus, which gives us the feral rage ability, which we can't see what that does. 12 more melee attack, 6 less defense, and 12% more strength. I guess 13 was a little bit too much. For the deathless stimulant, you have the same feral rage, unbreakable, and resistance instead, so it's more of a defense. A berserker or defense. Fair enough. Is that the same for our storm vermin as well? It is indeed. We actually have some storm vermin. These guys don't have globes to throw, but they do have a poison wind attack, which will be dropping attack. I guess all of the combat stats for enemies, as well as dropping a little bit of a damage over time as well. That's pretty nice. Magical attacks, very good. We've got the Vrrtkin Skaven Slave Slings, which have that toxic residue on their sling ammunition. I also have the remote booms, love to see it. We got the Vrrtkin Poison Wing Gloves, which we already saw, and then we have those Great Mortars, which actually these guys have an upgrade too. Where for 13 of our food, we can get Corrosive Globes. We can't really see what these do, but I'm guessing this is a kind of an armor strip ability, probably armor sundering or even weeping ammunition. Hallucinogenic Globes, likely flail wildly, probably dropping Rampage on the enemy. And then Potent Globes, just more damage, sounds good to me. Same thing for our Vrrtkin Great Mortars, probably. Corrosive, Hallucinogenic, and the Potent Globes. Alright, we can't go for any of those upgrades just yet because we would drop into a food shortage, which I'm really not trying to have this early on. Looks like Trickstab himself is a skirmisher. He looks great. Well done. So he's a skirmisher. He's going to be chucking out Trickstab's Poison Wind Concoction, which should layer up on other Poison Wind attacks too. So he has magical attacks and a pretty hefty damage over time. And then a much meaner combat penalty. But that's hitting every single combat stat. That is devastating. He's looking at that dead man switch. So if he dies, he explodes. So it's going to be similar to unlimited rage. Probably just if he dies, it goes off. So you presume you've defeated BB, yes? Think again. Quick, call an ambulance. Not for me. Good old Gas Master. Let's see what kind of skills he's got here. So we've got Ribnobe's Trusty Tank. And the Gas Blade. He's actually got unique items. Fantastic. Increased toxin production, 13% more research rate, 20% more trade tariff income, and Skaven corruption. Breeding chemicals. One side effect of Trickstab's research was a chemical that caused a near constant perhaps among male Skaven. The results of such a compound being deployed are as expected. Fair enough. Just start bombing friendly settlements with whatever these chemicals are. Prized combatants. 13 extra armor and 7 more defense. I am become death. 13% more range for all artillery. And 100% more attrition suffered by defenders when you're laying siege or encircling. I got shock tactics for more ammunition for shock rats, getting it up to, looks like just two globes, which 2 globes is still pretty devastating. They're throwing Deathwind globes instead of your typical ones. Gives them fear, gives them stock, and 13% more damage as long as they are in the gold chevron tier. We also have the Miasmic Retinue, extra recruit rank, and even less upkeep for all of your Globadier units, and the Virulent Fitter. So his army is all going to replenish ammo. I'm sorry, just all the time. Endless drum, so they never run out of globes. I mean, yeah, no, why not? Seems good. Got our Warpstone targeting systems, which give us more chance to grab magical items after battles. We have the ballistic lenses, so he himself has 33 more accuracy, and then can hex an enemy to drop their missile block chance and missile resistance by 13. Head-mounted box of warp stone assists in striking weakest points of the enemy formation. Indeed. Then you have a specialization where you can get the acid globes. We still can't see what those do, so acid, hallucinogenic, or potent. Oh, we can actually see what they do up here, can't we? No, because we can't move that fast. We can at least see the potent globes increases the damage by a hefty amount. They'll change the icon too. Love to see it. We've then got the reinforced frame for armor and speed. We'll be able to vent the toxic gases, which looks like a very mean version of your normal escape ability. Then we've got the warp chemical launcher, giving him more range and reload time reduction by, 100%. Hefty. It's like a Globadier Etoile with a warp forged armor and a personal chem injector, making him rampage and beat the brakes off of whatever's nearby. And then lastly, we've got the Vrrtkin rocket, which has a redolent miasma. We're not going to be able to see what that does, I guess. Oh, no, we can. 12 to 24 damage per second. So we have so many damage over time abilities we can just stack on up here. Pretty horrifying. Anything else exciting you have going on here? Enhanced lab rats. Hack leader, I think not. Not just your typical Skaven abilities after that. Still, fantastic. We have our Master Globadier, which is a special hero type we have access to. Standardized firing drills, giving them less reload time. We just need to stack up as many of these guys in the same army as possible. More ammunition, which they never run out, so... Always ready. Triangulation, of course, which is nice and deadly. Ballistics calibration, a powder monkey, for even more reload time reduction. Get more ammo up here now! Gun sight, ballistics instructor for more range for everyone in the vicinity, and then extra powder too. Nice stuff. And then for your unique skill, you got a couple unique skills. Oh, I'm sorry. Do we have our own? We have our own special Wind of Magic. Blessed Gas, Spells of Miasma. Awesome. We go for the Warpstone targeting. If we do that, we lose. Okay, so you either choose to make the Master Globadier all about spellcasting, turn them into a spellcaster, or you keep them as a almost like an elite engineer hero. Rampage Musk Globe. Looks like you can toss that into a friendly unit. Infused globes for healing. Enriched globes for damage resistance. So it's all these different globes you can chuck around to friendly units. Warp Forged Armor, the Ventability Augmented Weapon for damage, magical attacks, and weapon strength, and then more range and reload time reduction. We have to have at least one of them be a Miasma spellcaster, right? Warp Infused Arms. Some of the chemicals developed by Clan Vrrtkin go towards making their soldiers better, rather than enemy soldiers deader. 15% more range and reload time reduction. Yeah, we are going to have the deadliest globes on the block. And he looks fantastic. I love the scythe here. Poor guy looks like he's melted an arm off in all of his experiments, which makes sense. From mute, you are going to be called Kevin. Chemical Specialist. Oh, not gonna work, is it? We'll just call him the Chemical Rat then. Have the, there we go. Proper. Get you in here with a Trick Stab, and let's have ourselves a first battle. Trick Stab versus Thrin Skuttle. Skuttle the Destroyed. So we're just gonna go ahead and attack these Skaven. We didn't get our ambush, unfortunately. Skaven always have a chance to ambush whatever they are attacking, but we've got 2 minutes below. They have 2 as well. Did he give us a Pyrrhic victory? They do have those Plague Claw catapults, of course, but I think we've got them. This is a Warp Lightning caster, which is always terrifying. I think this is a much more difficult battle than normal. Alright, Trick Stab. Let's crunch them. Alright, let's go ahead and dive in, take a look at our units while we're here. With the great mortars of Vrrtkin. And all of our chemical rats that are manning. So I love the gas mask. Listen, the Poison Wind Globe units, all of them are my favorite of the Skaven units, hands down. Look at these guys. It's a whole faction based on Poison Wind Globes. I immediately was all about. Let me know though in the comments which is your favorite weapon, or at least specialization niche playstyle that the Skaven have that is your favorite. I'm betting that most of you like the weapon teams quite a bit, but the Death Globes and the Poison Wind Globes are my favorite. We sure do. Are these just the normal clan rats? Oh, they are. Oh yeah, no, it's gas rats all the way. And these guys have the scythes. My warp snuff. Oh, and they've got the little ejectors on their tails too. Awesome. These are shock rats. No, those are the storm vermin. Oh, then the Vrrtkin storm vermin have full scythes.
Skaven, yes, yes.
Do the Vrrtkin slaves have anything different? They kind of look a little bit more like your night runners, but still they are just your Skaven slaves. Where are my shock rats? Out of these guys over here then. Oh yeah. Well, again, kind of looking a little bit more like night runners, like a blend of the night runner and Globeneer teams. Indeed. Trickstab, where are you and your other hero? Let's get a quick look at you two.
Kill them.
You've got the purple, the Deathwind going in here. I don't think you have Deathwind yet, but oh, they look fantastic. And well done there, creators. You've made something here to be proud of. Alright. What we want to do is then use the trees here to our advantage, since they've deployed more in the middle. We want to be proper Skaven. And not play to their advantages whatsoever, so play fully to ours. We'll stick to the shock rats in the woods. Actually, I'm going to have our sling slaves in the woods as well. We can probably hide the mortars, I just don't think it matters that much. The enemies will be pulling in their own minutes below, so we'll have the storm vermin actually defending our mortars for now. Then you two take positions up here with the main team. Your combat stats were actually pretty decent. 36-32, which is... well, I guess it's pretty on par with your normal Grey Seers, which, fair enough, they are these skirmisher units. They probably should be more about chucking those globes in. Alright. Main characters, infantry. And then the range boys. We'll go ahead and throw you three in. Well, actually, just you two in guard mode. Everyone else and the storm vermin too. We want them to stay here with our mortar teams. Let it begin. Let everyone move forward through the woods here. Charge on in. They're going to go ahead and fall back a bit. Fair enough. Death Globe, Mortar. We're going to go ahead and have you push forward. And blast apart those Plague Monks, please. We'll have the Storm Vermin go with. We have 23 seconds. We know as soon as our Menace Below's in, they will have theirs as well. All the units in the woods that are currently. For that first summon they have, we're definitely going to be a little bit clever with it. So in fact, we're going to keep these guys back a bit. I realized I've advanced them too far. And we'll have these three, or the two heroes, the Lord and Hero advance. And bother these boys. Our bombs are dropping on down there. We got some explosions happening. I love that. That's like a little bit more of a magical effect. Well, we've used all of our globes here on our infantry, which is something we don't want. Alright, let's go ahead and try to take down these Plague Claw catapults. We'll have ours. See if I can get some shots here on these clan rats. Take him down. Warp lightning dropping on in. Let's see how many of our guys they can take out before we get their plague claws down. Wings advance. Go ahead and start advancing the main force too, except for these storm vermin here. Alright, they've used both of their summons in a pretty poor way. We'll send the Skaven slaves up to bother them. Everyone else advance, and then storm vermin too. Edge of the woods here for you guys. So it looks like they managed to fight off our unit pretty well. Here comes the lime jello launchers. We're gonna take some damage back. Warp block loaded. They're spending a lot of winds of magic over there too, which is perfect. Did these guys have stock? No. Bring them up the edge of the forest, but no further. Start dueling here. You guys start up throwing those globes in the individual units of Skaven slaves and such there. Go ahead and advance. And blow up the plague monks if we can. Mortars. Shock rats come wide. Attack mortars. You can just blast the middle of this group. That'd be perfect. Plague claw catapults getting ripped apart. They're going for the... Really? Getting real lucky with that warp lightning. It's dead blasting our guys apart instead of theirs. Shock rats come on in here. Skaven slaves, you're going the wrong way. Same thing here with you, storm vermin. Get out of the slow-mo there. The explosion's doing pretty good work. There goes the enemy artillery. Skaven slave slings, go ahead and fall back a bit here. Let those shock rats get in. Look at all the explosions. We gotta get back into slow-mo. Must get back into slow-mo. There's the death globes going off. Eviscerating that team before they charge in with their, what do they have? I think they have twin, kind of like ice pick hatchets. Yeah, that is a doomed group of clan rats. And I think they know it.
For the Vermintide!
Charge the next group into here. You guys stay on. We got these globeteers caught.
At once! For the Vermintide!
And use of our own soldiers there. I mean, every single globe that goes off is taking a huge chunk of health off of them. You just stand here and throw globes at whoever comes on by. That's another group of plague monks gone. Well done. Now we're definitely exploding our own Skaven slaves here. In fact, let's go ahead and go for the rope moat. Boom. Oh, you rascals. Ran for the hills. Yeah, let's see what it does.
Very good, master.
Well, it's not a full kill of the unit. It's good to know. Some of you split up there. Globeteers, we need to go ahead and hunt down their artillery teams, which are... I think they were still firing on us, which is quite funny. Great news is if we don't destroy these plague claw catapults, we have a chance of capturing it from them. Everyone else back here, we don't want to get too overextended, even as the Skaven. This enemy Skaven will just keep chucking themselves back on into the fight. Alright, you guys stop dropping mortars. Else we're gonna do it over here. More death globes being chucked. Enemy lord is gone. Actually quite surprised they're still fighting. Check your globe here. Globes on the front of them, that health just blends off so quickly. We should have them to army losses here quite soon. Keep those globes spread out. Nasty things die. There it is. Rival Skaven clan defeated. They were nothing to the death rats of Krieg. I'll catch you all in a moment. Alright, that was definitely portents of great things to come. We gained only 2 food after the battle there. A lot of them managed to actually flee off the side. Our Vrrtkin rats a little bit slow. They have too much gas. We will go ahead and, in the slave, sending slaves back to the nest may bring a reward or fend off a betrayal, at least for the time being. Delicious. Get us some rat nuggets. That's 500 treasury, and we have ourselves, looks like, so we start in the Plain of Dogs, which has a landmark building here. The Clan Vrrtkin Cauldron, the vaporous and fumy home of Clan Vrrtkin, part of their chemical factories and the trading hub where the other clans come to purchase Vrrtkin's creations. So max gear here will be getting us some income, control, income from trade tariff boost, Skaven corruption, global recruitment duration -2, which is awesome, more hero capacity for master globadiers, and garrison, as well as the recruitment of all these different units here. So up from the Poison Wing Globes, the Master Globadier Shock Rats, and the Vrrtkin Death Globe Bombs. Yes, please. We can build this right away. Well, don't mind if I do. And you, Trick Stab. The thing I am a little bit, just the weeest bit sad about is the fact that we don't quite have the Clan Skryre workshop. So we can't boost our Poison Wind Globes to just the absolute infinity, but we can have a good deal of fun. So, this group of Skaven are going to get absolutely obliterated. They do have 2 minutes below as well. We'll just keep that in mind. Time to charge on in and harvest some more food. Ooh, kind of a narrow battle map here, so that means we're going to have Shock Rats on either side, charging up aggressively. It should be lots of fun. Let's get to it. More test subjects. Right, so same strategy here, like the deployment. We'll go ahead and just put them. So they've gone for an extremely wide deployment, which is interesting. We'll go ahead and set up then on this side of the hill. I'll put the Death Globe, or the Great Mortars rather, over here. Their guard. We'll put Shock Rats in the woods. Slings I'm actually going to throw right behind our Skaven slaves, and then I'm going to put the Poison Wind Globes in the woods hiding. Old rat sees all. This group of Shock Rats is going to be hiding a little bit further back here, and we'll move them up and around as the enemy circles us as well. So Lord and Hero in a fantastic position. It's actually going to have them a little bit further apart this time, because we are going to be yielding the high ground here to our enemies. I think we want to move this group up a little ways to this little gully here, that we actually can take back some of the high ground from them, so a bit of an advance on our part. Way back just a little bit here. Main characters, infantry, and ranged. We're gonna put you guys all for fire at will, just so we don't waste shots on minutes below summons. Let's get to it. Take that position. You two advance. They shouldn't come all the way through the woods. We'll just advance them in walking mode. Globes, fire, whatever you want. Yeah, so it's a mixture of the chemical explosion and a bit of lightning. Love it. Alright, fire at will, back online. They're gonna start launching at whoever they can. Shock Rats forward. Poison Wind Globes, go ahead and delete these Skaven Slave Slings. Send our Shock Rats round up to this group. Gotta slow it down. Look at that. Oh, there were rats here eventually. Previously. So many explosions that broke my own brain. Oh, they're not in the globes yet. You boys are so doomed. Oh, there's no running. There's only the void. Our other globadiers are almost in to fight too. We'll go ahead and have them switch targets to blowing up this group of slings, or spearmen rather. Looks like the minutes below summit is back on our mortars, so let's quickly shuffle the deal with that. Storm Vermin are doing a very good job. Guys got eviscerated. Drop in the minutes below summit here. in there to help. Chucking your bombs, doing fantastic. That group's getting annihilated. Oh, the sling. Hang on, the spears are coming through too. Get in there and help out our globes. Which, thankfully, because of their armor, should actually hold the line pretty effectively. Worthy of Skryre. Mortar bombs, drop them in here. Here come the boys. Your rocks are weak. Death globes, ready. And clean up whoever's left. And that should be most of the Skaven running for their lives. Let's stop firing before we take out too many friendlies there. Fleeing they are, but it's not the end yet. I really want to replace these slingers as soon as we can. Vrrtkin slings doing a... Actually, I take it back. The fact that they have the toxic residue on their missiles is pretty dang amazing. Dropping leadership that effectively. It's another very, very, very aggressive win. Lovely. Alright, another leg sweep of a decisive victory, and actually not even that many died on both sides. The gas going off scares them away pretty quickly. We could go ahead and loot and occupy to higher... Up to tier... Wait, what now? Oh, you can't go down further. Yeah, we'll stay, of course, on tier 1. Let's go ahead and loot and occupy, I believe. We could sack it first. I see no reason to do this, though. Only getting us a 500 more gold really isn't that useful. Then we have to repair a whole bunch more. We can describe there the deeds of the mighty clans recorded for posterity and handy reference give direction and purpose to their future endeavors. Looted a settlement with a large army. 8% more movement and 10% recruitment cost. A reduction there. Pretty nice. So sorry, what can we already recruit here? We've got the Vrrtkin, Skaven slave slings. Of course, the two different Skaven slaves of the Vrrtkin variety, and then our clan rats. These guys don't have shields or globes. I wonder how we would get them equipped up with globes. Take a quick look here. Okay, just when they have the shields, they have globes too. Or the shields are a lie, because they have no shield here, and those are instead just denoting that they have the globadiers now. Sword and globes, yeah, that's what they're trading off. No shields, but they have the ranged attack. Fair enough. So the Plain of Dogs and the Ice Rock Gorge are the Iron Sand Desert. So there's definitely another Skaven clan over here. We need to push down into Tyrant Peak and Sulphurets. And so we shall. Trickstab. Let's give you a couple more slingers. And then one additional just Skaven Slave. Like, you know what? Normal Skaven Slave is not as useful as the spears. They have less defense. And no bonus first large. Skill points. Warpstone targeting systems. Now we're going to go ahead and grab Inspiring Presence and Route Marcher.
In agreement.
In agreement. Show them the ropes. Recruit rank and upkeep reduction for Globadier, Bombardier, Poison Wind Mortar, and Globe Claw. Let's go first for Warp-infused arms. We'll get this one maxed out, and then we'll go for increased mobility. Alright, incredible.
Warlock Engineer.
Indeed. We'll also go ahead and recruit up another Lord, and have them rolling with us. So we go for a Warlock Master with strong or aggressive. Morphage will come in with better loyalty, so let's go for Morphage. Alright, I didn't notice we don't have access to either of the Grayseer variants, so we are only a Warlord and a Master Engineer, or a Warlock Engineer faction.
Master Engineer.
In March Dance.
Batteries need recharge.
Batteries need recharge. Got a clan pit coming on in here. I like the idea. Just fine. We'll go ahead and keep the clan pit.
Sorcerer, inventor, yes.
Alright, sweet. So we need to keep building up our food levels. As soon as we get up to an in surplus, I'm happy to start grabbing a couple of these upgrades. That way we can further boost up our mortars. We'll probably go for our great big Vrrtkin great mortars. Probably grab the potent globes here, just to boost their damage. While with the others, we'll probably grab an assortment of different myriad effects. Alright, so for our first bit of diplomacy, we have good relations with Skryre. At least we start with better relations with Skryre. Seals out a Tor once a non-aggression pact, so really we're going to be as aggressive as possible. Everyone except for Skryre are our enemies. So I'll join your war with Leia.
Burn fuel in my warp forge.
You're fighting Astalia, aren't you? I'll join your war with Astalia. You'll give me that non-aggression pact. You are wise and strong. I'm happy to accept your offer. Thank you, Ikit. Everyone else, though, is purely just test subjects. Excellent. We've got Croc the Man Ripper. I mean, we haven't got to try out our poisonous gases on any beastmen anytime soon, so we're gonna do that too. You should be so excited. Alright, we've got Cyprus the Plague-Ridden moving on in now. And the beastmen have gone back into their sneaky stance to avoid getting taken out by our warp bombs. Fair enough.
Good guess.
Good guess. Morphage.
Skryre says yes.
Skryre says yes. Come on down here to Tyrant Peak, and Trick Stab will start the fight. We will drop into a channeling stance and attack like that. Okay, Tyrant Peak is going to be a... Awesome. A provincial capital is the word I was looking for there. Alright, well we have spells and poison globes. I don't think you guys stand much chance. 2 minutes below, someone's coming in from them. And we're not going to waste any time. Straight to the siege. Alright, so same thing here. Best thing to do is going to be to take these lads off of fire at will. And then keep our Skaven slaves here up front for the initial attack on this side here. Go ahead and throw the Great Mortars back here as well. They actually can't reach. Oh, no, they can. They've got a huge range. What am I talking about? 367. Strange range, but still quite a large one. The Great Mortars will go here. We'll put the Storm Vermin defending. We got lots more units now, so we'll go ahead and throw normal Skaven slaves up front here. Spear globes, and then the sword globes. Shock rats will be back behind. Spears there, and then we can throw our other globes, I'd say behind. Put them in the center here. The spear and sword clan rats behind them. All of you off of fire at will just for the moment. Lord and hero. Put you behind the Skaven slaves though, that way if anyone's firing at you, they shoot at them first. Alright, so main characters. Infantry, which we are having a whole bunch more of now. You two in guard mode, we'll put you at the ends, you have globes. They're not true missile units. Let's do it. Alright, Great Mortars, go ahead and start peppering who you can here. Get a couple of these clan rats on the walls would be nice. Have everyone start advancing here. Trick Stab, where you at, buddy? Start chopping through those gates. Shock rats, you kind of stay nearby, I wouldn't mind moving them around, and then they can get up on the walls here. Don't know how fast they can get there, though. Let's do it. Chalk rats, go for it.
Retreat.
Mortars splashing on in, getting some pretty good damage already. When they're on the walls, they seem to be really easy to hit. Alright, here comes the first summon for them. You turn around and get ready. Charge right on into them. Spears, you do the same. That broke them pretty quickly just because they're surrounded. Oh, maybe not. Brave they are. Great mortars. Here is your new target. Oh, that's what they were doing. They did got really good accuracy there, but maybe pick a different target for me, boys. Any of the guys moving back this way. Sling's good. Good work, tucking their poisonous stuff on up. I wanted to stop them getting across, that way the bomb bars could do maximum damage. Let's try it. Yep, they're to save. But that's both their summons, so they use them on our Skaven Slave Slings. Perfect. Come on, Warriors, pick those better targets. We'll have this Storm Vermin start moving up now, too. Warlock Master. Come on, Mortars, you've got the perfect shots here now. Go for it. Poison Wing Globe, see if you can get the shots up in there. Trick Stab getting through the gates. No. No, he's not. Alright, looks like a lot of that got blocked by the battlements. We're gonna go ahead and stop that.
Yes, Master. Scary.
Alright, fair enough. Spears. For the wall.
We'll all obey. Going locked. What?
Orders, you actually taking shots? I'm asking you to. There they come. And nicely splashing into the grouped up Skavens. Go up to these spears here. Got one more minutes below someone. We should probably use that on some of the Night Runners that are caught up in fights. It's starting to get through the gates now. Could have been because of also the Poison Globes helping. Skaven Slaves to the walls. They've got the towers captured still, even though there's no one on them themselves, so we need to get up there and capture them, that way we are not losing just constant clan routes. Yes, keep getting stuck here, fools. Take better shots. That one was perfect. They're back in range of our slings as well. You guys take the ladders in this position. Get up this one? No. Stand there for now then, Skaven Slaves. That way you're logging the area for them. The walls there for you two both. Warlock Master, where you at? Making the slow journey here. Alright, they're bringing lads up the other side as well, so let's go ahead and rotate a couple of our Skaven Slave Slings. Or at least have our mortars switch targets here. These guys are really weakened. I'm gonna open the gates for him. Old strategy, Cotton. Those guys back in fire at will. See if we can hit the guys there. Probably not gonna happen. Really? They ran all the way out. Oh, they're trying to cheese us. They let our lord in and he's not gonna be able to escape now. Alright, boys, we need to save the general. Operation Save Trick Stab as a go. Good job there, mortars. They're starting to be on fire will, which is perfect. Get to these positions here. And get off of guard mode if you can. Time for violence mode. Skaven slaves, come on down. Globes, can you fire down here? That'd be perfect. Or actually take it back. On this unit of Night Runners would be perfect. Trickstab's having a bad time. You get to the walls as well, or are we just gonna get defeated there? Let's see. Storm Vermin through. Oh, I guess you can't yet. Good news is we do have the Warp Lightnings. You guys are doomed. Time for vengeance. Put you in guard mode so you're better at fighting. Try to chuck. Oh, he's actually inside.
Quick, go.
Start chucking those there then.
Fight.
Globes, get wherever you can.
Yes. Warlock Master!
And Mortar's doing good work. They're trying to, at least. There's just globes everywhere. Warlock Master, get in here and go after this Warlord. We got Warp Lightning for days. We can drop down here now. Finally, the shoe's on the other foot. Normally it's my infantry that's getting blasted apart by Warp Lightning.
I agree.
And get a fight with this Warlord. You got it.
Doom and destruction.
Gears are coming on down and fighting the Night Runners, which is not a good time for them. Flings, can you get hits in where you can? I'm not sure what's going on with this Lord here. Looks like he's pushing outside of the settlement. Fighting our Storm Vermin seems to be a bad idea, though. Doc Rats, how you guys doing? Jump these Spearmen, you jump these Clan Rat Shields. Huh. They seem to be a little bit confused. All good? We'll just focus this side down. Explosive boys, move up. Mortars, this is your new target. These Clan Rat Spears in here. Let's have the Engineer and you Trickstab, and actually you as well. Oh no, the Storm Vermin can handle you, no problem. Come on down, Warlock Master, get some Warp Lightning here in this big group of rats. They finally give up. They put up a good fight. We'll give you that. Well, maybe it was just because they had all sorts of leadership debuffs because of the... Oh, okay. Poison Globes. You guys be a little bit better at not hitting friendlies? That'd be awesome. Or lobbing them in there, you. We're on the globe teams. I'm pretty sure some of you guys had globes left. Let's come on down off the walls. Or we're gonna keep pursuing here. Otherwise, we're gonna end up losing more Great Mortars to nonsense. I mean, our Skaven slaves are having a real bad time, but they wronged us by forcing us to pay their upkeep. I do like that my globe teams aren't actually listening to orders. That makes things quite fun. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. They start chucking globes. There's a ton of boys here. You don't need to advance, just throw them at them. There you go. Beautiful stuff. That group's broken. These guys back here still have full leadership. Alright, so that's their target. Warp Lightning Cannon. Start moving around so I can hit too much by those towers. Now we just have to take out this last group all the way over here. Alright, we'll go ahead and speed things along a little bit. As we'll just have everyone rush over together. Come on, then. Shock rats, capture the zone for me. You two go ahead and chuck globes here. Just gotta do it to scare them off, I guess. They're running away from us, which is lots of fun. Chuck those poison globes. That unit's broken. Chuck more globes to the next group. And just climbing axes for the win. That's the way, and it looks like your leadership break. And the just 100% pain that is fighting your way through Skaven settlements has been conquered. Alright, another decisive victory for Clan Vrrtkin. Well done, boys. Extra globes for all. So we can sack the settlement for 1,000 gold. I see no reason not to. Loot steel. I can fix it. Gov? He can fix it, Gov, huh? I'll have it working again in a trice. Yes, yes. So we've got an artifact hunter as well. Some more post-battle chance of stealing magical items if anyone has any. Alright, sweet.
Warlock master of
We almost want to leave the settlement of sulfurettes with rats in it. What can we build up here at Tyrant Peak? Trickstab's lab. Mad Scientist's fun house is where Trickstab and those Skaven he commands us to assist him research the latest and greatest in warpstone concoctions and alchemical toxins. Unlocks Technologies Trickstab's lab, which is our actual special technologies here. So they're going to cost us a little bit of gold for the startup, for growth and replenishment rate. And then you can spend a little bit of gold to actually build up diplomatic relations with Clan Molder and others with a little bit of side benefits as well. Alright, all this warp dust in the air has got me coughing. We also have the nanoparticulate manufacturing, so these are the specialized actual military buffs we'll get to our units, so missile strength for all of our globe units, melee attack and causes fear for our globe units, reload time reduction for our poison wind mortar units, more range again for those poison wind mortars by 30%, which is extremely hefty, and then warpstone power suits gives us more range, or not range, but more ammunition, and armor for our clan rats, shock rats, and storm vermin. We also got warp chemical number 206, which will allow our globadier and bombardier units to regenerate. Some fantastic stuff. Those are our only unique skills. Everything else is your typical Skaven technology tree. So because we have no proper buildings, we're still no technologies, which is disgusting. I hate it. Trickstab. Take us to the Tyrant Peak.
You die, see?
You can afford to take this up to tier 2 at the very least, which I'm going to go ahead and do. I was lied to. That's alright. We'll lose a little bit of growth for the turn, but we'll make up for it. Yes, by my Doom Rocket. So we need probably just the Rattling Horns for growth, income, replenishment rate, and some corruption. And this will also unlock us the Ferocious Plans, which is extra recruitment for our province.
Techno-magic!
Techno-magic.
Harness the power!
Right, Warpstone targeting systems. Yeah, now we could go ahead and make Trickstab crazy powerful. Or we can make sure we are very good at ambushing, which I think for the Skaven is one of your most important skills.
Sorcerer,
For Kevin the Chemical Rat, we'll go ahead and grab the upgrade here, so 10% more range and reload time reduction for all of our globe units. We are up to 83 range and 385 on the Great Mortars.
I win!
I win. And I also see no reason not to grab us the Taskmaster's platform for a bit of control. We're at negative 36 here, and we're going to be fighting our way all the way down to the coast, so we're going to have control issues the entire way. Morphage, we're going to bring a with Trickstab for now, but later we'll bring him up north, check and see what's going on at the Ice Rock Gorge, because we have a plane of dogs, but we don't have both, so we aren't gaining the full amendment advantage. Alright, Skaven Corruption's starting to build on up.
Skaven Light,
Oh cool, you actually get a Doom Wheel. I think we always knew this. been a long time since I played this Skaven and used Warlock Masters, so the last time we played, what was it, Clan Molder. It's been a long time. Let's go ahead and grab the first point into Warp Lightning. Warp Lightning for you. Then Trick Stab here.
In my optics.
No more globes at the moment. Vrrtkin Gas Thrower. Oh, it's not even a Warp Fire Thrower. I mean, can we wait for 2 turns? I think we can. Ooh, we need gas throwers. We'll grab 2 of them, and then 1 more sling, some slave spears. I'm actually gonna go ahead and trade out the normal Skaven slaves, because they don't have defense, for just the spear variant. So 3 of them sounds good for a front line. Actually, we'll have lots of them for the moment. Alright, perfect. We're gonna be sitting for a couple of turns here. I think that's alright. Jump into diplomacy real fast. We get trading with Skryre yet. I figure they're a long ways off, so we're gonna have to maybe give them some cash.
Do not fear.
That's easy. I put my claw mark, this treaty pact. Make it claw and trick stab, who is way too close to the camera. All those times huff and warp fumes. It's made him nearsighted. Alright. In and a turn. Go ahead and grab Morphage and have him come on down and keep an eye on Sulfurettes, or we can start raiding here in Iron Spike.
Words are crucial, don't you think? Pick yours
I
carefully.
would agree, but you have so much going on that you really can't do anything to me if I start raiding. Morphage, can you make it all the way down there? Looks like no, we'd be raiding for friendly territory, which I'm really not cool with. We've got 4 units of Skaven Slave as spears. Probably just 1 more of these slings is a better call than anything else here. Yeah, we'll grab 1 more sling. Alright, then Morphage.
Engineer, here.
I think we're gonna have you actually start working your way up north now, so jump into March. And we will haul cheek towards the Plain of Dogs, where we can actually upgrade the Vrrtkin plant. A little bit more income, control, trade tariffs, and a good old better garrison. Garrison here is looking quite nasty already. They'll be chucking those globes down from the walls too, so it sounds horrifying.
Good.
We grab the Nest Nursery here, and the Ferocious Plans. That Devious Plans be real good too for that IP production for Skaven Slaves. We'll get there. Driven by Hunger is post-battle loot. Always more besides. Well, the top tree here is always very good.
Consent.
Alright, Chemical Rat. We will grab you the final point here into Warp-Infused Arms. More range for those Globe Bomb, Poison Wind, and Globe Claw units by 15%. But up to 86. Now passing the normal range for your Poison Wind Globes.
Where's my dome bucket?
Yeah, we need to do a couple turns raiding so we can build up some of our food income. I don't really want to sign any deals with Sildar Tor because they will not be around for long. Alright. Another turn. Alright, research the following items. Oh, it's just your generic flavor text. How sad. Local recruitment +1 for all provinces. Node's army's all maxed out. Let's go ahead and get moving. Looks like Aurora's over here. We are going to drop into an ambush stance. Some pretty strange percentages to succeed there. Chant of Black Chasm. 6% chance to succeed there. They're likely going to move up the road, but if we catch them, that'd be perfect. Ruthless Plant just generates us more food? Well, don't mind if I do. And Morphage, you can come on into the Plain of Dogs.
Stalk. Yes.
And start building up some troops. So, to make you happy, we'll give you... Oh, we've got the Vrrtkin Warp Grinders. What do these do that's different? Don't know. Looks like they're your typical Warp Grinders. That works for me. We'll go ahead and give you a couple of slings. 4 slings, and we'll grab a couple of spearmen slaves as well.
Quick, kill things.
Quick, kill things. Yeah, no new deals. That's gonna be how it is for a while here. No real diplomacy, just chemical warfare. Alright, now we've got a Bell Polisher. Capacity for Plague Priest and Eshin Sorcerers. And then we have the Ruthless Plan, so that's 1 generated food. Antis is going to sit there and do nothing, so we'll step on forward and do some raiding.
This way.
We're not actually stealing any food from raiding. Oh, no, we are. We're generating 3, it just isn't saying it up here. Okay, sweet. Skaven Corruption. And we definitely need to start pulling this on up. So, Morphage, you were only consuming 1 food a turn.
That will work.
That will work. Let's go 1 more of these guys, and then a couple of slave spears. We need to capture the rest of the settlements in this province, otherwise we're not going to be growing very quickly. Alright, sweet. I don't think we have access to any more of our heroes. No, not this time. Not yet. So, for our next technology, more growth and recruitment cost reduction for Skaven slaves and clan rats. I actually think that's going to be the way there. Then more growth. We will sit and raid for a turn. Let's get as close as we can, that way we can raid, stack the settlement, raid for 1 more turn, and then we'll probably take it after that. Sounds good to me. Alright, Keepers of Bliss are gone, Astolia's gone, and Silver Tor has lost Iron Spike, so Morathi is he's moving through here as we expect. Looks like a full Doom stack of Dark Shards. Get him, Morathi. In here for Trick Stab, we shall go for another point into Ancient Cunning for more ambush success chance. If the Dark Elves decide to fight us, it's going to be one of our only advantages over them. So we move into Chance area here at Sulfurettes, and we shall pick up the next episode with another little bit of target practice against our fellow Skaven. For now, though, I'm out of time for today. Thank you all so much for stopping by the first of our Clan Vrrtkin campaign. If you've all enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like for the Light God and a sub for the sub tone, and I'll see you all in the next one.